If they lose, we get all of their names.
Oh, that's going to be so beautiful.
Right.
From the lawyer. The lawyer knows who they are. Oh my God. I never dreamed that I would actually give Ian this opportunity to get their names. Like, it couldn't have worked out better. They're scared. They're scared. Whatever's in there must be bad. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. And they're going to get sued for 3 different lawsuits. They will be ruined.
So, things are really heating up. Lawsuits are flying around everywhere, and we have some interesting developments. It appears the Reddit Snark mods that put together an index of streamers people could watch so they didn't have to support Ethan's content nuke, essentially making an index of copyright infringement, have teamed up to hire a boutique law firm based out of San Francisco to try and fight Ethan and prevent his subpoena for their identities. And while hiring a lawyer is always a good idea in a situation like this, it looks like these people might have inadvertently played into Ethan's hand, doing exactly what he wanted. Check this out.
But the big new development that really surprised me, and I think everybody's going to be surprised by this, we heard from the legal counsel of a new app, someone who we haven't heard from before. The H3 Snark mods have banded together and hired a boutique law firm located in San Francisco, which makes me raise my eyebrow. And the reason they've hired this lawyer is to challenge our subpoena request.
They don't want names being...
They're scared. They're scared. Whatever's in there must be bad. So they're going to have to do this motion to squash, which is very interesting. It's going to essentially, they're going to have to argue on behalf of the 3 defendants that what they did was not infringement, to therefore make themselves ineligible to be subpoenaed. This is going to happen sooner than all the other stuff, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out, because I think it's going to establish where this whole thing is going. Because if the judge says no to that, it's this, and I believe it's the same judge that's on Denham's case, then that is not looking good for Denham. If the judge grants it, then it's like they don't think we have a case, right? If the judge denies it, it means they're all...
Yeah, good luck convincing a judge you guys didn't create a literal index of copyright infringement streams. And the statements Denham's and Frogan made during those streams are really gonna hurt these mods' ability to try and make that argument. Because how do you argue you aren't helping commit copyright infringement when you guys made a list like this, and the streamers you're promoting on that list are saying this while they're on stream?
People have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're going to watch it.
Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to that terrible video, follow, subscribe, throw a prime.
And I suggest you all watch it through other people as well. I found my way from Reddit. Hi, guys. Welcome, Reddit people. Reddit people, Reddit people. I came from the H3 Snark Reddit. Ethan is so pathetic while his son is in Japan. I'm bothered having a great time. Exactly.
Yeah, something tells me you're gonna have a real hard time trying to convince that judge, especially when this all just seems so cut and dry. But then again, I'm not a lawyer nor a judge, so who knows? But it looks like these Redditors might have made a huge mistake and played directly into Ethan's hand.
But here's the best part. This is kind of a strange move on their part. I mean, I would never say that getting a lawyer is a bad idea, but
no,
if they lose,
definitely not when you're getting
if
sued.
they lose, they've all banded together and got this lawyer. If they lose, we get all of their names.
Oh, that's going to be so beautiful.
Right.
From the lawyer. The lawyer knows who they are. Now, they're still John Doe and Jane Doe or whatever. The lawyer is keeping their identity private still, which makes sense because they're trying to quash
That's
the
the whole
subpoena.
point is, yeah, it makes sense.
But if they lose, All of their names are right there.
You meaning you can get it? You don't even need Reddit anymore. You can.
I don't believe so.
Get it from the lawyer.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, it's a big swing. They're taking a big swing here.
But well, all that says to me a few things. One, they are deathly afraid of that subpoena.
Who do you think the biggest person? You think it's a Reddit employee on there when the names come out? Like who's in
That
there?
would be epic.
That would be
So-
wild. That would be.
I don't think so. Though.
We can hope.
I wouldn't put that on my bingo card. It's very unlikely.
What a twist! What a twist to the storyline.
I think it's just a bunch of fucking
Losers.
loser obsessed weirdos. Like it's just the same people you would expect. Yeah. So the other thing that made me weird is they hired a boutique law firm in San Francisco, which is where Reddit is located, and it makes me wonder. Without any
they paying?
I wonder if Reddit, who I've long suspected
Yes.
as being participating in, right?
Yeah.
Obstructing,
I agree.
promoting, is involved in funding this in some way.
I mean, that seems far fetched to me.
It might be, but why San Francisco?
I think
Big
you
city.
identified the reason. You're going the wrong direction with it.
Imagine this. You help a bunch of socialist streamers commit copyright infringement. You get sued. You hire a lawyer to quash and try to protect you. But then you lose, and that very lawyer you just got to try and protect you and you paid thousands of dollars to is now forced to cough up your identity so you could be served and sued. That would be one hell of a timeline of events. And look, I'm all for internet anonymity. And I'm totally against this whole thing where these companies are starting to ID everyone. But when you guys start to try to hide behind that anonymity and just blatantly break the law, assuming you'll have no consequences because you're anonymous, that's when I don't feel sympathy for you when the legal process is used to reveal your identity. What's that phrase again? Fuck around and find out?
As much as I don't like Casey Tron, Denims, and Frogan, I don't like you.
You don't like the snarkers even more.
At all.
Yeah, I figured.
And,
I got you.
and oh my God, I never dreamed that I would actually give Ian this opportunity to get their names. Like it couldn't have worked out better. Just think about how dumb
It
you are.
hasn't worked out yet.
Well, no, but just the opportunity here. Like even though it hasn't worked out, it's like we are in a situation that is literally crafted perfectly to my satisfaction. I have them all dead to rights, and I have all their identities just right there. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. And they're going to get sued for 3 different lawsuits. They will be ruined. Now, what's interesting too is this is maybe like a $20,000 or $30,000 ordeal for them. So it makes me wonder, like, do these people have money? That's another thing I wonder about Reddit, because I assume all these people are unemployed.
They kind of did unironically serve themselves up on a silver platter for Ethan by doing this. If the motion to quash is denied, then these moderators are just truly fucked. And they aren't the only ones that think they're fucked. Just look at Bad Empanada. Dude has fled his location, twice already? What I find funny though is, how does this guy expect to go after Ethan for defamation with a lawyer out of California when he is literally on the run? Like, dude, do you not realize you would eventually have to appear in court for this? And when you appear in court for this, you will inevitably be fucked. Also, good luck telling a lawyer, or yet alone a judge, Ethan is committing defamation against you when you have clips floating around of you talking about Ethan like this.
His dog's shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog, and he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog. God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something, but they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from the dog that is all over his house.
These people are afraid. They're very afraid. And honestly, they should be. It's not looking good for them. It seems like their only move is to sit there and cry they're being doxxed, when in reality, names are just being revealed because court documents are public information and these people are being sued. That's just kind of how this kind of thing works, you know? And honestly, if you don't like that, then maybe you should talk to the government about changing that. But it looks like all this legal action is starting to make people think twice about doing their normal flinging routine and just lying about Ethan, because it might result in some consequences.
This is the reason why that Ethan lawsuit is such a big deal. And I talked about this before, but I'll say again. So Ethan apparently, let me see here. Yeah, here we go. Frogan responded to the lawsuit. And this is kind of all part of the same thing, is that basically she's fucking worried about getting sued. I mean, I'm not really surprised about this at all. Ethan says news of Frogan lawsuit extension, says her attorney reached out right before the deadline. And attorneys do that. Yeah, exactly. And you can see people are roaching out. And let me go back. I'll see if I can play this video of them talking about how they don't want to criticize Ethan anymore. So this is a video of Kyle Kalinske talking about why he won't make a video on Ethan.
Have you ever thought about making a video criticizing Ethan Klein's Hezbollah? I think he's dangerous because he spits pro-Israel propaganda to an apolitical audience while claiming to be pro-Palestine. No, I think Ethan is pretty well handled by by Hassan and by the 48 other people who've pummeled him into the ground. Yeah, I think that guy's done a number to his reputation. I mean, his show basically like imploded in terms of his numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, he used to be one of the biggest YouTubers, and now he just sort of hit a brick wall. Yeah, really? He hit a brick wall. Yeah, he used to be like a prankster type dude, and then he did like a left wing show with Hassan, and then now he has like this massive hate boner for Hassan, and he shits on him all the time. Yeah, and he just sort of ruined his own credibility. So no, I think he's handled. I don't view him as like, he's not like a really, in my mind, I don't view him as like a big political commentator or political player. He was like a dude who stumbled on politics in a sense, but like, I don't know, his credibility's already shot. So I never really thought about that.
So Ethan responded to this. Yes, Hassan's dismantlement with poignant takes such as Israelis should move back to Brooklyn and Iraqi Jews should move back to Iraq. Kyle also 10 toes down for the Houthis. So the reason why, and I think it's very obvious, the reason why he's not making a video on Ethan is because he's afraid of getting sued. That's the real reason why. Is that now that Ethan is actually holding people accountable for saying things about him that are inaccurate, now there's a risk. And that's the reason why he's actually not doing it. Do you really think that he would miss the opportunity to do this?
I find this really funny because Kyle is always so vocal about literally everything. He doesn't say this about people bashing Trump. He evidently doesn't think that is handled by a billion different people. But the Ethan thing, yeah, that's handled, guys. I don't have to comment on that. They got it. Something tells me he only thinks that because he knows if he went off on one of his normal rambles of nonsense, he might be held accountable for a change. Ethan really just has all these people running scared, and it's quite a thing to witness. And it really doesn't seem like he's going to be letting up anytime soon with this. And I'm all here for it. We just got the Frogan response. We're waiting on the motion to quash. Bad Empanada is looking for lawyers. We should have updates on Denim's and Caseytron situation soon. Ethan's coming for you guys. Anyway, well, what do you guys think? Are you guys sitting back and enjoying the fireworks like me? Or do you guys have a problem with this? Let me know. I'm genuinely curious. But personally, I think these people are just getting what they asked for. All right, guys, I said my bit. I hope you guys liked the video. And if you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And if you want to see more content like this, YouTube thinks you're going to like this video right here.